Hey guys, it's Fugio. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get a permanent 10% movement speed increase by using the buff Haste. Now most people on the internet are saying that Haste isn't worth using because it's only a 3-second buff, but the reality is you can keep it up 100% of the time with what I'm about to show you. Really simply, this vault involves a couple of different moves in the game New World. You can see right now I have Haste up, and then I have Haste back up, and now I have Haste back up. And if you can tell what I'm doing already, you pretty much don't have to stick around for this video. There are just a couple things you need to know about how to do this to keep Haste up all the time. And the first one is how not to stop when you dodge roll. So right there, you just saw me dodge roll, and I stopped. Right now, I'm in light armor, obviously. So I'm in 5 light armor right now, but you can also do this with one medium chest piece, and then 5 light pieces of armor. That's like the ideal setup for if you want to keep it light. So the first thing you need to know is how to not stop when you're dodge rolling. So this is your normal dodge roll, and then when you weapon swap while you're dodge rolling, that's what happens. You never slow down. So your animation canceling by weapon swapping. A pretty simple concept for anybody that's been in the MMO world for a little bit. So you're just weapon swapping while you're rolling to stop the animation. Okay, the next step is having a musket. Now, you don't need to main a musket to use this. You could just have a musket with you and throw it on your bar whenever you're traveling long distances and you want to move 10% faster. Okay, so the perk you're looking for, you only need to get it to a couple levels up to get this perk right here. You're looking for the perk Hustle. After dodge, gain haste, increasing movement speed by 10% for 3 seconds, right? And there are a couple items I've had before that also increase this buff to like 4 seconds. I have a necklace in one of my storage bins that I can maybe show later that does this. But basically how it works is you want to be on the weapon that isn't your musket. So in my case, it's my my good old rapier, if I'm saying that right. So what happens is when I'm running, I dodge roll and pull out my rifle right as I dodge roll, okay? Now watch this. If I dodge roll and pull out my rapier, nothing happens, okay? And if I dodge roll, my musket's out and I have it, and I switch back to my rapier, I lose the buff. So whenever I switch off of my musket, I'm losing that buff. So there are a couple different ways I've done this around the world. Sometimes I'll just dodge roll, wait for my buff to go out, dodge roll again to my rapier, then instantly dodge roll to my musket. That's one way to do it. It's a little bit simpler. The way to keep it up 100% of the time requires a little bit more finesse. You need to dodge roll, pull your gun out, and then right when it gets down to 1 second, dodge roll, pull your gun out. So what you're doing is, right when it's switching, before you roll, you're switching back to your rapier. So rapier, dodge roll, musket. And it's almost out, rapier, dodge roll, musket. So that's what I'm doing. I'm switching to my main weapon, or my secondary weapon, and switching back to my musket right as it's running out. And this is giving me basic... See, I mess up a couple times like there, but this is basically giving me, you know, virtually a 10% movement speed buff almost 100% of the time. If you get good enough at it, it can be 100% of the time. So to make this a little bit easier on myself, I've actually moved my weapon swap to R. There were really no important hotkeys on R. I think the only hotkey on it was like fishing. So it's pretty simple. You know, you just dodge roll, pull out your musket, put your musket away right when the buff's over, dodge roll again, pull your musket out again. And, you know, I really haven't seen anybody talking about this online. I've seen a lot of people asking questions on if the haste buff is worth using. I think the haste buff is absolutely worth using if you're using it this way. This is a great 10% movement speed increase all around the map when you're traveling. We all know how much traveling in this game sucks, and a nice little 10% movement speed increase is great. Pop it before you get trapped in water. And then if you're using a rapier, of course, you've seen all the rapier people just dodge across water with that. That's fantastic. And there are a lot of really cool items out there, like I was saying earlier. I want to say I have a necklace in Weaver's Fin. Let me check my storage. Yeah, so I have a necklace right here in Weaver's Fin that gives me a alacrity, right? So haste buffs applied to me last 9% longer. So this would be a good necklace to like carry around with me and throw on when I'm like just traveling around the world. You get a couple more of these and your haste buff could last like substantially longer. Like get a couple more of this perk, make that haste buff last longer. So it doesn't have to be 3 seconds. When I had this necklace on, it was 4 seconds. So anyway, that is how you keep your haste up 100% of the time. Try it out. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this little tip, leave me a like and comment below, and we'll see you next time.